Hello, it's Papa Murph here, and today we're going to talk about yeast. What? Oh, the yeast discussion has been cut, so we're not going to talk about that. So instead, enjoy this episode of MurphChat. But before we get into proceedings, we must first talk about our sponsors at Home for the LD Lee.
Oh.
Hello, this is Murph, and with me as always is my brother, Tennis the Menace. Say hello, Tennis. Hello, Tennis. Anyway, yes, we're here, as always, to talk about our sponsors, Home for the LD Lee. Okie dokie, so here we are once again at Home for the LD Lee, a wonderful website for our wonderful sponsors. Let's have a look at concert videos, music videos and concert this time. This is something a little bit different, because you've got the genres here. And instead of having our usual thing where that Tennis will do his, Murph reviews for these things, maybe we'll have the Murpher come over here. Come over here, Murpher, and you can give us your, our thumbs up type thing. Okay, so we've got ZZ Top's greatest hits, lots of great music videos from that little old band from Texas. What do you think of ZZ Top? Oh, I think they're a great band. I will give them 4 out of 4 opposable thumbs up. Okay, that is, I'd probably agree with that. And yes, just scrolling through. You've got these compilation things of, based on a different year of rock and roll and popular music. A lot of fun to watch those. We can't really give you much of a rating of those because it's very, it's not all of one artist. We can't really sort of go into much detail here, but they're well worth checking out. What else have we got? Just keep scrolling. Scrolling. I don't think there's any Limp Bizkit on Laserdisc. I'm not sure about that. You'll have to check with Charlie on that. But yes, Charlie is our Laserdisc person over at Home for the LD Lee. Lovely man, and yes. Here we have the Rolling Stones with "Let's Spend the Night Together." This is a great concert movie from, I think it was early 80s. Great show. What would you give that one? Oh, that would also get the 4 out of 4 opposable thumbs up. There's a great show. Basically, whether just a greatest hits kind of show. I don't know if there was really an album connected to it. Maybe I think it was just after Tattoo You, maybe a year or two after that. The Rolling Stones playing all of their hits from the 60s and 70s. Great show, great performances. Okie dokie, and we just keep scrolling here. The Bob Dylan 30th anniversary concert. That's a pretty good show. What would you give that? I would give that 3 out of 4 opposable thumbs up. Interesting show, lots of great performers. The thing with Sinead O'Connor was a little bit weird. We do have more context on it now. At the time it did seem a bit off, but apparently it does link into the whole thing where that she ripped up a picture of the Pope on Saturday Night Live. And yes, that is why she was being booed. And then because they were booing her, she decided to, rather than do the Bob Dylan song, she did a Bob Marley song, which talked about pedophilia in the Catholic Church, which is it's a much more complex issue to really get into on a sponsorship announcement. But nevertheless, yes, it is a good show. I see also they've got the Rolling Stones live at the Max, another great Rolling Stones show. That one also gets the 4 out of 4 opposable thumbs up. They've also got the Princess Trust concerts, at least a few of them. They're all really good. Lots of different acts on those. Yes, you can come here in your own time. You got Yes, you got ABBA, you got Jimi Hendrix, you got a bit of everything, all kinds of different genres. Everything pretty much up to 2001 when they stopped making laserdiscs. And definitely come check this out in your own time. Home for the LD Lee. Yes. Okay, Murph, thank you for your help. Right, so now that that's out of the way, we do have some quite important news for you this week, and that is another of my sons has arrived here at Murph Manor. His name is Caddyshack, and you will meet him in 5, 4, 3, 2... Well, hey there, everyone. I am Caddyshack Murphy. I am from a small town just outside of Charlotte, mostly because she wouldn't let me in. And I found out about Murph Manor. A lot of my family are here. So I just thought, it's time to sort of move over here. So that's what I've done. Great to catch up with everybody. Having a great time. Furphy snoring took me a little while to get used to. But yeah, it's great to be here. I don't really know what I'm going to do on these shows yet. But yeah, having a great time. Great to see everybody. Great to meet you all. And I hope I can entertain you in some way. As for a bit about it myself, I'm a retired caddy. I did that for about 30 years. But mostly because my favorite movie being Caddyshack. You see, when I was a little baby gorilla, there was a Laserdisc player, and they had the disc for Caddyshack, and I must have played that thing, about 100 times. And then, yeah, that's kind of how I got my name. And because I became just so obsessed with it when I moved to the United States of America, that's just what I went into. I found this country club in North Carolina, like I said, just outside Charlotte, and yeah, I just worked there for 30 years. Now I just got, I just decided last year it was time to retire, especially with a lot of the crap that's going on over there at the moment. I just thought it was time to also get out of the United States, at least for a little while. But I'm happy. I'm happy to be with my family. So yeah, it's kind of a new journey for me. But yeah, I don't really know what else to tell you. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at now. So yeah, thanks for listening, and hope you like the show. Well, seeing as Caddyshack did mention Cousin Furphy, I figured this is probably the best time to bring Cousin Furphy on. So, well, he's not my cousin, he's my nephew, but he's on with my son, Sussex Murphy. So here is Sussex Murphy and Cousin Furphy. Oh, yes, hello, it's Sussex Murphy here, along with Cousin Furphy. Yes, hello. Yes, and I guess we'll just talk about what Caddyshack brought up, which is your snoring. Yes, I must... no, I guess this has not really come up in here before. Or maybe it has. I don't remember. But yes, I am. Although I am a little Furphy, I do have an oversized larynx, which does cause me to be rather noisy at night time. So I do have to apologise to everybody who has to share a room with me. I know I've been known to make the roof tiles rattle, and we don't have roof tiles on this roof here, so I don't really know how that happens. But something up there is rattling at night. I think that is just you. Oh, well, anyway, sorry for that. So, yes, I do have quite the loud nocturnal emissions. Now, Furphy, something else that Caddyshack did reference was that there's a bit of political upheaval going on in the United States at the moment, all down to that Trumpty Dumpty fellow. I believe you have met him. Yes, it was quite a long time ago. I have a lot of friends in various different walks of life, shall we say, and yes, rather a long time ago, I was in New York for a party, and Mr. and Mrs. Trump came in with the man we now know as Trumpty Dumpty, and yes, we adults were all in one room, and he was off in the playroom with the other children, and he suddenly comes bursting in saying, "I want to go Plopsy! I want to go Plopsy!" But his parents were too busy because they were just chatting and having fun and all of that. So he runs into the kitchen and does a massive turd right in the refrigerator, which is generally not where that sort of thing is done. I mean, it is disgusting, but it's not unheard of for a small child to do, odd things like that. Oh, he was in his 30s. Oh. Well, that's just... Yes, you see, people in that sort of level of privilege, they just don't... They're just used to being allowed to do that sort of thing. And obviously the chappie whose party it wasn't very happy about this. And he went to rub Trumpty Dumpty's nose in it. But Trumpty Dumpty's dad got all upset about this and said, "You will not do that to my child. My child is special." So he just sort of got away with it. They left. We never saw them again. I've seen them again, but they never came to that particular house again. They were sort of blacklisted after that, and you can kind of understand why. Yes, because they never apologized, never helped to clean the fridge. So I think they threw the fridge out, to be honest. So if you collect hard rubbish in New York, whenever that was, I forget what year it was, but yes, you may have got quite a good bargain on a really good fridge. The only thing is it had been shat in. So you say you've had other interactions with Trumpty Dumpty. Oh, yes, I've run into him a couple of times over the years. I think one of the most recent times I was in an office somewhere, and they were unplugging all of their fax machines and printers and things like that. And I said, what's going on there? Also, your Trumpty Dumpty's coming in. and he likes to shove his shriveled baby carrot up into these sorts of devices, some sort of sexual kink. I mean, I'm not one to shame anyone on that sort of thing, but that's a little bit odd. And yes, so they have to remove all of those machines before he comes into the office. And this man is the leader of the free world, you say? Yes, I know. It's scary, isn't it? Yes. Well, hopefully nothing will go too badly wrong. Hopefully there's some intelligent people in there that can stop him going too far. Yes. Anyway, on that rather apocalyptic note, we're going to head off. So guess it's about time we took our pets for walkies. So in other words, we're off to the bottle shop. Yes. So anyway, that's all for us this week. Thank you for watching, and now back to Papa Murph, or my father, his uncle. Thank you. Thank you. Well, thank you for that, Cousin Furphy and Sussex Murphy. And now we're going to cross to a wrestling report from Hans Murphy and Les Murphy. Hey everybody, this is Hans Murphy from Modesto, California, and I'm just here to give you a quick update on what's happening in the world of professional wrestling. Before we actually get into that, I just want to talk briefly because I've made a few videos, well, Les and I, we've made a couple of videos on the subject, and every time we lose a subscriber, so maybe we won't do too many of those in the future. It's a shame, we love doing them, but you know, if people don't want to watch them, we understand, so it's not for everyone. So we may just include our little bits in this sort of segment here, and maybe we'll come up with a new show outside of the whole WrestleMurphia, which I still think is a great title, but yeah. Thanks for indulging us with it, but yeah, we may do more of them, but it looks like we're losing subscribers every time we do it, so maybe not. About a week ago, the WWE had Royal Rumble, which is usually a great show, a lot of fun. As for what we thought of it, Hans is probably going to go into most of the details about that. I'll just try to give you the quick ratings, you know, the Murph burps. So I'll leave that to him to actually give you the actual reviews. Yeah, but before we get into it, I just want to say that I thought that show was kind of disappointing. I thought the women's Royal Rumble was pretty good. The tag match was okay, but had a stupid ending. That ladder match was a huge disappointment. And the men's Royal Rumble, I don't know, maybe it's just because we'd already had a Royal Rumble. But yeah. Anyway, back to Hans, and he can go into it in more detail. Thanks for that, Les. And yeah, as Les said, the show started with, well, actually it started with a really sort of pointless thing from Stephanie McMahon. You'd think they'd be hiding the McMahons at the moment because of what's happening with Vince, but apparently not. There she was. So after that waste of time was over, the Royal Rumble started. Well, the Women's Royal Rumble started, and it started with Io Sky and Liv Morgan. And they were both in the match for a really long time, actually. That was pretty cool. There's a lot of really cool moments in this match. I'm not going to go through them all, and I'm not going to go through everybody who was in it. My personal pick to win was Bayley. Les was hoping for an appearance by Victoria, who's a retired wrestler now. She's still, for me too, I think she's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, male or female. So it would have been cool to have her there, but alas no. The legend we got this year was Trish Stratus. And another retired wrestler in the form of Nikki Bella showed up, but I don't know if we can really call her a legend. I mean, sure, she's in the Hall of Fame, but she kind of sucks, as does her sister. They're both coming back to WWE now, which is a huge shame, because they've actually got a really good women's division now. They don't really need the models that bounce about so much anymore, but yeah, anyway, they were there. So, yeah. The winner of the match was the returning Charlotte Flair, who is obviously the daughter of Ric Flair. Good wrestler, but she's been away for like 14 months, so that was kind of... It was good to see her again. I don't think she should have won the match, but she did. And, yeah. But yeah, an exciting match, even though it went for over an hour, I think. They managed to make it work, and there was so much going on that, yeah, I actually really just got lost in it and really enjoyed the match. So we're going to give this one... After that, we had a 2 out of 3 falls tag match, which was between the team of DIY, which is Johnny Gargano and Tomato Ciampa. That's pronounced Tommaso Ciampa, not Tomato Jumper. So yeah, between those guys and the legendary tag team Motor City Machine Guns. I do love the Motor City Machine Guns. I think they're a great tag team, and it would have been cool to see them go over here. And it did look like it was going to go that way, but then the Street Profits interfered. And that was kind of stupid, I thought, because they attacked both teams. But, you know, WWE is going to WWE, I guess. So, yeah, stupid ending. Otherwise, an okay match. We're going to give that one. So, yeah, if it had a better ending, we would have given that a higher rating because, yeah, it was a pretty good match. I don't know if Ciampa and Gargano are really up to the level of the Motor City Machine Guns, personally. I think this is the first or second time I've seen them, so I don't really know. But you never know, they might have hope for the future, but I just don't see much in either of them, personally. After that, we had Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes in a ladder match for the World Championship, or I don't know, I think it's the... I lose track because there's so many belts these days. But yeah. Anyway, it was a ladder match. Ladder matches are usually really exciting. This one wasn't. I think that partly comes down to I just don't find either of these guys particularly interesting to watch. You know, okay from a wrestling standpoint, and they've both improved a lot, but I just don't really see much in either of them. So yeah, I didn't really get into this match, to be honest. And you know, I could see they were trying to go hardcore with it a few times. It just got a bit silly because I'd have, I don't know, 12 ladders or something. I don't know, it wasn't 12, but it was a ridiculous number of ladders. And yeah, I just think if you're going to have a ladder match, have a ladder and then have a backup ladder, but you don't need 6 or 7 or whatever it was. So yeah, I didn't enjoy this match really at all. I'd had some nasty spots in it towards the end, which were, you know, sort of edge of your seat kind of stuff. That kind of got me somewhat excited, but for the most part, yeah, I didn't really think much of that match. And we're giving this one... Oh yeah, with the tag match, DIY won, and with this match, Cody Rhodes won. After that, we had the Men's Royal Rumble, which started out with 2 Lucha guys, which was Rey Mysterio and Penta. Penta is fairly new to WWE. I believe he's been around for a while on the indie scene. Exciting guy. I've really enjoyed what he's done so far. He did nearly have a bit of a botch in this, which is a mistake for people who don't know wrestling too well. But yeah, his feet kind of did touch when they shouldn't have the floor. So, yeah. And this match was okay, but the problem was he'd already had a Royal Rumble, and there's only so much you can do in a Royal Rumble to keep it interesting. And because that match had gone on for about an hour, there really wasn't much left for the guys to do that hadn't, you know, the girls hadn't already done. So this just wasn't as exciting for me. So I don't know. It was okay. But yeah. Oh, and this was won by Jey Uso. So yeah, my personal pick for this one was CM Punk. I think Les was behind Roman Reigns. So yeah, either of them would have been a cool winner. But yeah, I don't know. The prize for it this year, they're either going to face Cody Rhodes or Gunther. Neither of whom are really going to be that great of a match at WrestleMania, I don't think. So yeah, that was the Royal Rumble. It was way too long. It went for about 4 hours. So yeah, far too much, especially when there's only 4 matches. And I know the Rumble matches do have to be long, but they don't have to be that long. And I think I've said this before, the idea of having more than one of the same kind of match that takes up half the show, you don't need 2 of them on one show. I think they should do them separately. Maybe have one at the, you know, if they have the Women's Royal Rumble at the start of the year, maybe have the men's one at the end of the year, and, you know, vice versa, or whatever. I just think that they can just spread these things out a bit more. But, you know, it was okay. And overall, we're giving the show... So, yeah, that's all we got time for on this Wrestle Murphy interruption bit. And now back to our dad. See ya. Well, that's all we've got time for this week on MurphChat. Don't forget to tune in next week when the Murpher will have another episode of his Murpher's Music Reviews. I think the Pirate King's got something in the works as well. So, and speaking of the works, he has another painting available now. So definitely go check that out. Don't forget, obviously, our sponsors, Home for the LD Lee, our website. I'll put that on the screen. And, oh yes, like and subscribe. We always forget to say that. So like and subscribe, comment on the video, tell us what you thought of it. And, yes, thank you for watching. This is Papa Murph, signing out. Yes, I can Murph, burp, and talk at the same time.